Hi Jace, it's Ray Newlands here from Just for Keepers, also called J4K. I hope you're fitting well, young man. So I'm doing this personal video for you, obviously because of the amazing question that you asked. And first of all, before I get into this, Jace, I want to say I'm very, very proud of you for asking this question. As a 9-year-old, it's a super question to answer, and it's also good that that you're being honest as well, because a lot of 9-year-old goalkeepers, even actually a lot of adult goalkeepers, don't want to ask questions because they think, oh, I don't want to look as if, that I'm being scared or I'm being nervous, etc. And listen, obviously you're now booked onto the 30-day J4K goalkeeping course, the 30-day challenge, on how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. And I'll go through this as you will receive all the videos. And I'm going to say to yourself now, Jace, and also I'll continue to say throughout the 30-day challenge, it's okay to be nervous and scared. A lot of goalkeepers think that they're being weak, oh, I shouldn't be scared or I shouldn't be nervous. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being nervous and scared before a game or to ask a question, because that's how you become better, by asking questions, getting the answers, and then that improves you as a goalkeeper. So again, I want to say I'm very proud of you, Jace, for asking that question, because a lot of goalkeepers, even adults, think, oh, I shouldn't ask questions because it will make me feel weak. You're actually brave, okay, not weak, by asking such a fantastic question. And also I apologise with the sun, obviously reflecting off my bald head, so you might have to wear sunglasses, okay, while you're watching this video, Jace. Okay, so I do apologise for that sun, obviously bouncing off my bald head. Also, before I get into your question, and answering your question, I also note that you're from Atlanta, Georgia. I probably won't pronounce this correctly, but I did a goalkeeping event in Alpharetta. Is it Alpharetta in Atlanta about 4 years ago? When I did the tour of the USA, and it was absolutely fantastic. And it was all I can remember as well, we had such a good time, but it was hot. In fact, it was that hot, the soles on my cleats and all the goalkeeping students were that hot, they started to melt on the artificial surfaces, so we had to get off and chill out in the bleachers and in the stands. So yeah, I've got some happy memories of being in Atlanta, an amazing place. So let's get back to your question, Jace, which is that you are nervous, and you're nervous and sometimes maybe a bit scared when you're playing against an opposing player that is much taller than you. Now, again, don't think you're being weak, okay? I promise you, when I was 9 years of age, I went through the same problem. I've coached thousands of goalkeepers over the years, and 99% of those goalkeepers who are also in the same situation as yourself, they get very nervous, sometimes scared, because it's only natural when they come against a player that is much, much bigger than them. In fact, 99% of professional goalkeepers who are now playing in the Premiership, in the MLS, they will tell you the same, Jace. When they were younger and they were playing against bigger players, it made them nervous as well. So the first thing I want you to get across, the first message I want to get across to you, young man, it's okay to be nervous and scared, okay? So please don't think you're being weak. It's only natural. And as you get older and stronger, I promise you that will soon go away. And the 30-day challenge that you're now embarked on will also help you, and also your parents, obviously, to help you as well. So to go back to the question that you asked, obviously that that you're nervous and sometimes scared playing against bigger players, how can you deal with that now? Well, the first thing you need to do is go and speak to your coach. But obviously, with you only being 9 years of age, I would get your parents to speak to your coach, or ideally show this video to your coach, because this will help your coach to help you, okay? Because with the greatest respect to 99.9% of coaches, they don't understand goalkeeping. Some coaches will say that they do, okay, yeah, but unless they've not played in goal before, they don't understand goalkeeping, full stop, okay? And most coaches understand that. And obviously they're quite humble about that, and obviously they'll seek expert help from a goalkeeping coach. So please show this video to your coach, because this will help your coach to help you. So I'm guessing, Jace, that obviously when you're most intimidated and when you're facing an opponent that's much bigger than you, it's probably on set pieces. And what I mean by set pieces is like a corner, for example. So when the opposing team is having a corner, normally what the opposing team will do is stick the biggest player right on top of the goalkeeper. Okay, it's only natural, opposing teams still do that at professional level as well. Okay, so every team always sticks the biggest player right on top of the goalkeeper. So what your coach needs to do to help protect yourself while you're building up your confidence, Jace, is your coach needs to put the biggest player on your team in between you and the big opposing player, if that makes sense. And then what happens then, that's your teammate's job. Okay, yeah, so the big opposing player has then got to get past your big teammate before they get to you. Okay, and what that allows to happen, okay, yeah, that allows you to completely focus on the ball and what's on the situation, what's going on in your area. Because what's going to happen is, if there's no one protecting you, okay, yeah, what happens then, that's giving the opponent the free range to basically push you, stand on you, do everything in their power to put you off, which is intimidating, especially when you're trying to focus on the ball, okay, yeah, and especially when you're only a young goalkeeper like yourself. It's very difficult to focus on the ball, all the players in your area, and then you've got somebody pushing you around the goal. So what your coach needs to do is put a bigger one of your teammates who's big and strong and doesn't get bullied, because we've all got one of them in our team. They should be there to protect you, and their only job is to make sure that opponent big player doesn't get anywhere near you. Okay, yeah, and then what that will do is help you focus on what's going on in your area, focusing on the ball. So when the ball comes over, you know that you're not going to get tackled because your teammate is helping you out. So that's the first thing you need to do. Okay, yeah, is show this video to your coach, and you need to be protected, because that's one of the main reasons why, unfortunately, a lot of goalkeepers, not just young goalkeepers, old goalkeepers as well, the older goalkeepers, and with the greatest respect to, as I say, to a lot of coaches, because they don't understand what goalkeepers go through, they don't put the necessary things in place to protect the goalkeeper, and when a goal goes in, they go, oh, it's the goalkeeper's fault, okay, but, every coach has got a responsibility to protect their goalkeepers, especially when it's, children. Obviously, as you become an adult and get older, it becomes your responsibility as a goalkeeper to look after yourself, Jace. But as you get older, bigger and stronger, I promise you, it will just come naturally. But at this stage, it's not your fault. I'm not blaming your coach or your team either, because they might not know either, okay, but you need to get, your coach needs to protect you. Just while you're feeling a bit vulnerable, while you're learning your skills, your coach or coaches need to put things in place to protect you. So that's the first thing you need to do, is either your parents go and have a word to the coach, or ideally show them this video. Because again, this video, I want to stress to the coach, I'm not, trying to knock or discredit any coach here, far from it. We've been, just for Keepers, we've been going for 22 years now, and we've helped literally tens of thousands of teams and coaches, to help their goalkeepers. So we're all about helping coaches. Our speciality is goalkeeping. We as a goalkeeper, I can't coach a team, as I say, so a coach can coach a team. I can't coach a team, but I can, obviously give the best advice possible to coaches to help their goalkeepers, if that makes sense. So please go and give this to your goalkeeping coach, your coach, because they need to put measures in place to protect you. Okay. The second thing you need to do, Jace, is, and you will learn this on the 30-day challenge, is you need to learn how to visualize, okay, how to daydream. So what I want you to start to do, okay, yeah, is start to before each game, okay, the day before, okay, so don't do it actually do it the day before and while you're traveling to the game. Visualize yourself coming up against the big opponents, okay, because what happens is when you go into a game situation and all of a sudden, boom, an opponent's right in front of your face, it's a shock, isn't it? Because they're right standing there in front of you, and it's a shock. But what you need to do, Jason, again, you'll learn more about this on the 30-day challenge, is you need to visualize the day before and on the day of the game, big opponents coming over to you and trying to intimidate you, because that's what they're trying to do. And then what you need to do in your visualizations, visualize yourself just looking at the big opponent and shaking your head. And listen, it might feel a bit unnatural to do to start off with, but I promise you, Jace, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So the more you visualize, the day before the game and while you're traveling to the game, you visualize yourself, standing for the corner. You visualize yourself, visualize the big opponent, trying to knock into you, but visualize yourself just standing your ground, looking at them as if and say, you're not bothering me. Okay, and again, I'm going to stress, to start off with, it'll feel really unusual, but the more you do it, Jace, I promise you, you'll get to a stage where it won't bother you. It will not bother you. It won't matter if they're trying to push you, stand on your toes, it won't bother you. And what happens then is when the opponent knows it's not bothering you, they will stop. Okay, when you know that, when the opponent knows that they are getting to you, they're affecting your confidence, they'll always do it. I'm so sorry about this, son. I should have sat in a better area. If they know that they are affecting your confidence, Jace, they will do it more and more and more. But when they do it to you and you just look at them and laugh and just say, go away, and they realise that they cannot bully you, I promise you they will stop. Okay, yes. And as you get older and bigger and stronger, and when you learn how to come for a cross and you can actually put your knee into the back of the centre forward, I promise you 99% of them will not come back, honestly, and they will not come back. Once they know they cannot bully you as a goalkeeper, once you give them a crack, and I'm not telling you to be nasty, okay? I'm just telling you to be big and strong, and I promise you they will not come back, okay? So again, I just want to reiterate and put my teeth back in. First one, show this video to your coach, because they need to help you to protect you, obviously to protect you, but also you need to visualize yourself, as I say, coming up against the opponent. Put my teeth back in again, sorry, Jace. Visualize yourself. So think about it, having one-on-ones with big centre forwards, coming for crosses and winning the cross. So visualize every scenario you can think of where you come up against a big opponent. And always visualize yourself winning. Now, what this does, Jace, okay, when you visualize yourself, it prepares you. Okay, so when you go into a game situation, okay, so rather than go into a game situation with no visualization and then it's a surprise when something happens, if you're visualizing it, I know it sounds crazy, okay, it sounds crazy, but it works, trust me. When you visualize, Jace, okay, yeah, and you basically, you're practicing it in your mind, when it happens in a game situation, it's not a shock, okay? You're prepared, okay, yeah? And when you're prepared for something to happen, it doesn't affect you as much. And I promise you, the more you visualise, Jace, please do this every week before every game, the day before and the day while you're travelling. Visualise yourself in different scenarios, coming for crosses, one-on-ones, standing at a corner and a big opponent trying to push you, and you're just standing your ground, and maybe giving them a little push back. Obviously, you got to be careful you don't give a penalty away. But again, you just visualize yourself, not being pushed about, if that makes sense. What is it? Here's another tip as well. Sorry, Jace, just to digress. So if you're standing there and the opponent is starting to push you, the first thing you got to do, even if they're not pushing you, sometimes shout, "Ref, I'm getting pushed." And straight away, what that does, okay, here's a tip for you. I should have said this. I should have said this earlier on in the video. So as soon as a big opponent or any opponent comes anywhere near you, says, "Ref, I'm being pushed," even if you're not, because what that does, okay, all of a sudden, and I promise you this will happen, Jace, the opponent, okay, instead of focusing on you, will be looking for the referee, saying, "Ref, I'm not." And that gives you the split seconds to focus on the game. So you're taking the focus off you onto saying, "Hey ref, it's not me," whether they push you or not. Okay, yeah. Again, that tip will work. So do that. Okay, so I'm going to finish off now. 3 things to do. Give this to your coach. Second thing, visualize all the scenarios where you come up against a big player where you're winning, because that prepares you for the game situation. So it's not a shock, it's not a surprise, because you've prepared. I promise you, Jace, it will work big time. And third as well, when any opponent comes anywhere near you, go, ow, ref, he's pushing me, or she's pushing me if you're a female goalkeeper and you're in a female team. Yeah, and I promise you, I bet 1,000,000% the player will take the focus off you and onto the referee. And the next time there's another corner, they're like, ref, can you watch him? Can you watch him, ref? Again, they're not watching you now. They're going, ref, I'm not doing anything. It works all the time, Jace, okay? Yeah, all the time. So hope that tip helps, young man. Again, any questions, or anything from your parents or even your coach, please email anytime and I'll come back to you with a personal video like this to help you, obviously help you achieve your goalkeeping dreams, young man. But again, I want to say I'm very proud of you for asking such an amazing question. And that's the only way you learn, okay, by asking questions. And again, I want to stress, please don't think you're weak, okay, because you're feeling a bit scared or intimidated. It is only natural, okay? I've coached thousands of goalkeepers and 99.9% of them are all the same, okay? And as you get older, bigger and stronger, I promise you, Jace, it won't bother you. Okay, hope that helps, young man. And I look forward to helping you on the 30-day challenge. And hopefully I might see you in Atlanta one day, because I have got plans to be coming back to run more goalkeeping coaching events. Okay, take care, all the best.